Hey everyone, how's it going? It's My Guy Knows a Guy, NBA betting today on the SportX Insights YouTube channel. Yes, I need to shave. They've closed all the barbershops in Canada. They're taking it very seriously. They're taking things very seriously right now. I hope you guys enjoyed your Saturday. I hope everyone enjoyed their Saturday. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if this is your first time watching. I'm going to give out some NBA picks, props for the Sunday games. 4 games today. Didn't have the best of success yesterday. Yesterday actually was an example of live betting maybe being your friend. I did have more time to monitor the scores and had a chance to profit in a few live betting spots in the NBA and college basketball. Make sure you're following me on Twitter at MyGuyKnowsAGuy. Visit sportx.bet, the crypto sportsbook owned by its community. And yeah, short slate today. Some people are messaging saying, it's an ugly slate today, but there's still value. I did cap all 4 of the games. I did post the Utah Jazz -5. I liked it at -4.5, but the line was sort of getting away from us. There's a lot going on with the Jazz right now. I'm going to share that, and I'm going to look up the injury report because the Suns and the Pistons are actually about to play in 30 minutes. If you can, hit the like button. Let me know in the chat, how was your day yesterday? In the NFL, Nick Saban and Bill Belichick got crushed in the same week, everybody. In the same week. I know it's very unrelated matter, but Bill Belichick and shout out to Crypto Wiz though. Crypto Wiz was in the chat yesterday saying take Nets first half, and he also said the same thing about the Warriors on Friday. I remember that. Thanks for that. But what do you guys think though about the games today? Did you bet on the Suns Pistons game? I don't really want to lay the points on the road, although I do think something has clicked with the Suns. This is an early spot for them. They haven't really performed that well in early spots in terms of scheduling, like playing early in the day, right? The Pistons are a team that's been playing very well over the last 8 games. They snuck a cover in Phoenix earlier in the season, but personnel-wise, the Suns can crush them if they play like their top basketball. Obviously, we know this. They can crush the Pistons and just blow them out in Detroit. But giving up 11 on the road, biologically, their clock is probably still on the West Coast. Although they've been traveling, they've already played a game in Toronto. That was a night game. I think that the Suns are going to click again and go on another winning streak, But we're talking about point spreads here, so I'm just going to pull up the injury report. Let's talk about the games. Let me know how you feel about the games. I did post Utah Jazz -5. Everyone, I jumped on that. I actually didn't post my unit sizing. I placed a half unit on the Utah Jazz -5, partially because there were a couple other looks in terms of props that I was looking for in the game, but I think there's still some uncertainty with the lineups. Even though they said Rudy Gobert and Rudy Gay are both probable now. They're both probable. They're not on the injury report in terms of their health being negative, but they haven't been ruled in. I'm just going to look up the injury, the starting 5 on RotoWire actually, and then we have another big game later in the day: the Warriors and the T-Wolves. The T-Wolves definitely took my money. They look competitive for 95% of the game against the Memphis Grizzlies. This is a game that I have been waiting for against the Warriors today. There is a bit of uncertainty with the lineup on the Warriors side. Draymond Green might return today. I know I personally thought the line was going to increase further from the opening line, but let me just say what's up in the chat to everyone. What's up, Mr. Austin? I'm talking pretty fast, everyone. Pretty fast, but there's only 4 games. Gonna give out a lot of information. If you think I'm speaking a bit too fast, maybe just rewind a bit. There's a lot to talk about. I'm gonna share some picks, and then we're gonna get out of here. What's up, Matt Porter? Been on the road for a good week. Should be adjusted. Yeah, for sure. I look at that Detroit first half. Yeah, I was looking at possibly Detroit first quarter even, +4 I think it was, +3.5. Maybe we can take a look at that in a second. Crypto Wiz is on it right now. John Lowe, Cade over 4.5 assists. They've adjusted it. I lost with over 5.5 assists for Cade Cunningham on Friday night against the Raptors. He finished with 5. He finished with 5 assists. Would have capped off a pretty much better day than yesterday. But now they've adjusted it to 4.5 at -150. I did notice that, John. One thing I can say about Cade Cunningham, why I like taking his props in certain scenarios, is because with a lot of these younger guys, even though Evan Mobley failed us yesterday, they're in developmental mode in terms of their development curve within the organization. If they go down by 30 points, it still makes sense to play Cade. Throw them to the Wolves, help them develop faster. So those are my thoughts right there. What's up, Jack? John, click to continue. What's going on? Nathan, how's it going, bro? What's up? Colder, Dan. Yeah, they're closed, bro. You guys don't even know. I'm watching the TCU, the college basketball game, TCU versus Texas Tech, and it's just completely forsaken. Like no face mask or anything. But I guess it's like whatever you like, however you look at it, right? Wherever you're from, everything's different. But up here, they closed everything. It's crazy, bro. Just to see the difference in stadiums, like it's crazy. But I'm gonna pull up the odds now. Pull up the starting five as well for the Pistons and the Suns, and I'm going to share some plays, and I'm going to get out of here. If you guys can, hit the like button while we're here. Two huge NFL games today on SportX.bet as well. Cowboys, the Cowboys game, the Buccaneers game. Let's see if both favorites cover there. Still pretty surprised Bill Belichick got crushed like that, not going to lie. Let's move on. What's up, Jamrocks? What's up, Akbar? Matthew? How's it going, everyone? Laser, XF. Just pulling up the odds on SportX. We're going to get into these games. I have some stuff in each game. Some of them are some bets are lighter than others, but going to roll the props still. Overall, the week has been successful with prop bets. Just going to try to scale it down in terms of volume, like maybe not pick 10 props. Although I haven't been sharing my unit sizing, so but you guys can pretty much tell my confidence. I'm just going to continue. Crazy games last night. Shout out to the Bulls, though. If anybody took the Bulls from yesterday's show, I said I like Raptors spread, Bulls spread. Ended up jumping on the Bulls spread later in the day. It was actually a live bet. Plus 9.5. Come on. The Celtics, they're still not to be trusted in the role of a favorite. What did I say 24 hours ago? They're not to be trusted in the role of a favorite. All right, let me pull these up. I got it pulled up now. What's up, Tyler? Verify, Chris, Niner Gang, Nima. Appreciate you, Crypto Wiz. Yeah, Siakam is evolving into an elite playmaker in front of our eyes. I swear, they would be talking about Pascal Siakam making the All-Star game if he did not miss the first month of the season due to that recovering from his shoulder injury, from his shoulder surgery. He was off the court he was out of the game for like 4 or 5 months, Pascal Siakam is definitely coming for his haters. You can see it. His IQ has increased, playmaking ability. I would ride the Pascal Siakam assist train actually until it's finished. He's like a point forward right now, a true point forward. I don't even really use that phrase that often, but he's a point forward. So we have the odds right now on SportX.bet. The line is actually just dropped for the Phoenix Suns and the Pistons game. I might live bet this game, everyone. I might live bet this game on the spread because I feel like they still have the pieces. The Suns still have the pieces to compete right here and get the win, which is not saying much for a game where the money line is this high. But the Pistons have been sneaky to begin games. But one thing I'll say about the Pistons is that, in my opinion, what they're doing is unsustainable when you look at the roster that they have and how thin their bench is. I know that Cam Johnson's out. He's not going to return today. But DeAndre Ayton is no longer rusty. He's no longer rusty. It seems like Chris Paul is still on autopilot mode. They're getting wins. They won on the road in Toronto, won on the road in Indiana. Something has clicked in this team. It's just that the three-point metrics have decreased in the last couple of games. But Devin Booker, I believe he's coming off a performance where he hit 6 threes. You look at his points prop today, it's only at 23.5, which to me was a bit odd, To me is a bit odd. Maybe they're saying that him dropping 35 points the other day is a bit unsustainable. Yeah, that was really close, bro. I almost posted that as well. I was almost going to take the Bulls plus 220 last night. They had a great shot. They mismanaged the last minute of the game. If you watched it, the Bulls mismanaged the end of the game. But yeah, maybe see who gets off to a better start. A case can be made. This is the sort of game, the Pistons and the Suns, where a case can be made for both sides. a case can be made for both sides. So I look towards. I'm going to share the props that I like in this game. On the Pistons side, I like Hamidou Diallo. Hamidou Diallo under 13.5 points. I like Mikal Bridges over 10.5 points. You can pair it with him getting one steal, get a bit more money, but I played it by itself. The steal prop is already extremely juiced for him just to get one steal. You can add it just to increase the pay. I do project Mikal Bridges to have one steal. This is a team with the Pistons, where particularly in the second half, they're turnover machines. The games that they have been winning, they've been completely crushing their opponents in the rebounding battle, and for some reason, a lot of the performances, not just really because of the Pistons, but the teams that they're playing have just gone cold from the three-point line. Look at the Raptors on Friday night. They were completely cold from the three-point line. I think that was more so the Raptors being cold than the Pistons just completely overpowering them. We saw as soon as the Raptors got back to their average three-point shooting, the fourth quarter was a completely different game. The Pistons were pretty scared there, and I had a Pistons ticket that day. But I like Hamidou Diallo to regress a bit today against a much better defensive effort, defensive team in the Phoenix Suns, under 13.5 points right here. Mikal Bridges over 10.5 points, and there are two props in the Pistons Suns game. I don't think I'll be here when the game starts, but I think that there might be some live opportunities in this game if someone jumps out there to a large lead at the beginning of the game. This game has a very random factor to me because of the time zone difference at the beginning of the game. I would actually lean towards the dog early in this game, but the Suns, I respect them a lot. So I'll just wait. That's not an endorsement of any side. Mikal Bridges though, I can see a lot of transition buckets for the Suns today. More wide open game. It's going to come down to whether or not they, as a team, shoot well from three. Whether they're going to cover this big number. You can say that for any team on any given night. But the Suns really have been living and dying by the three so far this season. You can just look at it in the box scores. What's going on, Cedric? The West Coast team playing East early game trend is really strong, but I'm off it this time. Yeah, I'm not picking the Pistons pregame. I just wanted to share how I think the tempo of the game may go. But I did play two props in this game. Let's try to sweep both of them. Hamidou Diallo under 13.5 points. Mikal Bridges over 10.5 points. Not really a marquee matchup, but you might see some action of Mikal actually guarding Hamidou Diallo. It's very funny I picked both of these players. They may actually be guarding each other for a large portion of this game. Let's see. The Pistons, though, if they're in the midst of what I think is a winning streak, I haven't looked at their schedule right now. I'll do that in a bit. But actually, let me take a second to do that before I continue. I don't want to say the wrong thing. Bear with me, everyone. Pull up the Suns schedule for just 1 second. They play on the road at the Spurs tomorrow. Another travel spot for the Phoenix Suns on MLK Day. Then they travel. They're going to continue to travel on the road at the Mavericks. Back at home for a couple of games. A lot of winnable games. These are still winnable games for the Suns. Today and tomorrow. Much more difficult game on the road at the Mavericks on the 20th. Just trying to make sure there's nothing I'm missing here. Yeah, I'm going to leave it at that for now. I'll tweet out a live play if I play something live, though. The Pistons are very sneaky at home, but they're also terrible in the fourth quarter. That's why there are conflicting dynamics in this game. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. Usman, I see you. Anthony Edwards over 21.5 points. He loves to play against the Warriors. We're going to get to that game in 1 second. I feel you on the Suns game. The Pistons pushing the ball. First half Pistons it is. Yeah, we might see a lot of transition buckets here. No play on the total, though. Jazz and T-Wolves and Cowgirls for me. Going crazy. Yeah, might need to ride with the Cowboys, though. We'll see. Might be a last-minute addition right there. It's +7, you said? All right. We'll probably get off of this game. It's actually going to come on. It's going to come on pretty soon, so let me just pull up the starting five, and I'll move on to the next game. I have some stuff to share for the Kings and the Rockets. All right, I don't think we have the starting five yet for the Pistons. I just wanted to confirm, just make sure. He's going to be in the starting lineup, but Kelly Olynyk is a game time decision, everyone. That was a part of the handicap for Hamidou Diallo. Just trying to, the Pistons they're holding that starting five close to their chest for this one. Just waiting for that starting five for the Pistons, but I did bet. I tried to get ahead. There's another prop that I'm going to share in the T-Wolves Warriors game where I'm also trying to get ahead of a bit of injury news in that game, particularly with Draymond Green, just in case he comes back. I'll actually share right now. Why even wait, just in case? You never know. Something could change in 2 minutes. They put the starters out. Okay, no Draymond. Maybe no Draymond, everyone. Let's see. Well, some beat reporter that I follow, Jordan Poole, Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Otto Porter, Kevon Looney. That may mean Draymond is not coming back today. Or maybe I missed it. Crazy news with Kevin Durant, though. Yeah, it looks like the starting five for the Warriors has been released, but they haven't officially ruled Draymond Green out, okay? We're probably going to get some different numbers here, but on the early line, I liked Kevon Looney under 7.5 rebounds. Let's see if it goes up to 8.5 in Draymond's absence, but I like Kevon Looney under. All right, I like his rebounds under. Moving on to the Kings game. All right, so we have the Kings. Right now, they're up to -5.5. I think that's what it was before the show anyways. The total is actually increasing even further from the opening line, up to 240.5. This is a rarity in in this season's environment. When it comes to totals, 240.5. I lean towards the under in this game. I think it's going to edge under. It's tough for me to back a total that high to go over 2 days, 2 games in a row. If you guys remember the other day, I leaned towards the over in this particular game. The Rockets' defense is Swiss cheese, okay? It's Swiss cheese. I have a couple of props in this game. 1 second. De'Aaron Fox, under 5.5 assists. Jayshawn Tate, under 13.5 points. 2 under props right there. De'Aaron Fox, under 5.5 assists. And Jayshawn Tate, under 13.5 points. Going to wait just a bit for the lineups, but I do like the Kings. I think the Kings can still get these guys out of the way today. Okay? Christian Wood has been exploding individually. He's gone over his points prop total 5 of the last 6 games. I think he has a strong chance to continue. Marvin Bagley has been a player that has benefited from the rapid increase in minutes. He's gone over his points total in the last 2 games. I think he dropped 26 in the last game. That might be a bit unsustainable, but it's a bit strange that his points prop total is only listed at 13.5. But just keep an eye on whether or not Marvin Bagley gets 30 minutes a game. That's a player that you should probably keep an eye on in that game. Just my opinion. Not the best matchup though. Kings Rockets. TV ratings will be at an all-time low. TV ratings will be at an all-time low. Jayshawn Tate under 13.5 points. De'Aaron Fox of the Sacramento Kings under 5.5 assists. Halliburton will probably continue his production. I don't know why his points prop is 15.5. And I actually lean towards the Kings to blow these guys out again. It's just one of those things where you can see it when you watch the game. I watched some of that game the other day. It was terrible defense. The Rockets, I think they've given up on the season. They are not manipulating their lineups because they're still starting their guys, but they're letting the bench ride for long stretches when the game is essentially already over. They're not even attempting to make comebacks. So if you can get a lead on the Rockets, the game is essentially over. They've jumped out ahead only in a couple of spots recently. Just like I said the other day, I do not trust the Rockets. Although in the second meeting of a back-to-back series like this, where the two teams are playing back-to-back in the regular season, I do like to back the team that's lost in the first matchup. If there's no like crazy difference in the lineups or line movement, the Rockets do fit that bill, but they can't get any of my money. Only props for the Rockets. 240.5. I think the books have overcompensated with 240.5 here. I think this one's going to edge under. That's just me. They're definitely overcompensating here. The Rockets, they're in trouble today. I don't project a 120 game. Just about to move on. Going to see if the Jazz Nuggets props, because I have some stuff listed. That's why I wasn't able to share. There's a prop that I was going to share with the Jazz pick that I tweeted, but I actually couldn't. I don't know if it was there earlier or they just took, or if it was never available. So just give me 1 second, everyone. Yeah, the first one went over, but it went over the total from that day, which was 237.5. It landed right at 240. Now it's at 240.5. It's crazy. I have to see the pace. I'm gonna watch this game and see the pace of the game. It's so, when you see these extremely low totals or extremely high totals pre-game, in my opinion, those are the games with the best live betting opportunities because of the potential volatility of pace for the beginning of the game. It could be dramatically different from what the pregame total is just because it was set so low, like far below the league average or far above the league average. We saw 240, not regularly, but we saw it all the time last season, pretty much. This season, 240, it's very indicative of two teams that have just dumpster fire defense. Dumpster fire defense. Yeah, they don't have a rim protector. The Rockets are one of the teams in the league that don't have a rim protector on their entire roster. Marvin Bagley just dropped 26. He looked like Jokic the other day. Yeah, I don't think that's a bad bet. Just overall, I don't think it's a bad bet. Although I do project a bit of a better scoring opportunity today for Halliburton. I'm riding with De'Aaron Fox under 5.5 assists. So yeah, moving on to the Jazz Nuggets game. All right, the Jazz Nuggets game is pretty interesting because there are a couple of things going on behind the scenes with the Utah Jazz over the last couple of days. Rudy Gobert gave an interview on Friday, basically saying that his team is not a championship contender right now. The Jazz are not a championship contender right now. They're not playing championship level defense or even playoff level defense. And then what was weird about it is that he started to praise Devin Booker for working on his defense and improving his defense. The beat reporter for the Jazz perceived it to be like maybe some sort of diss towards Donovan Mitchell or even maybe Jordan Clarkson, the other leaders on the team, where they even liked the tweet from the beat reporter, Donovan Mitchell and Jordan Clarkson. But then they responded saying that, this is his way of maybe not motivating the team, but his way of expressing what he had to say. But the Jazz defense, we've been seeing it, during the 5 games of Rudy Gobert's absence. But even before then, they were allowing many teams to go over their team total. I don't think Rudy Gobert is going to be rusty today, but I did make a bet on the Utah Jazz just because of the overwhelming difference in performance of the team when he's in the lineup and when he's out of the lineup. A lot of the times I don't like to bet on a team the first game when the star player returns. That's not really a profitable bet in the long haul, in my opinion, right? Maybe we can back that up with some data in the future. But Rudy Gobert coming back today presents a serious problem for a Denver Nuggets team that's not going to be well rested. They had a marquee matchup against the Lakers last night. The only case I can make for the Nuggets is that their starters did not really crack 30 minutes last night against the Lakers. They destroyed the Lakers yesterday. All right, and also, just like you said, I see that comment right there. Layers, the Denver Nuggets are 1-5 in no rest situations so far this season. 6 games is not the largest sample size, but they're already very thin. Their lineup is very thin. JaMychal Green has entered health and safety protocols. Jokic can still perform today and hit his numbers, but I just don't think that they're going to perform. When you look at some of the quotes that are coming out of the Utah Jazz, you see Donovan Mitchell really saying we must win today. Emphasize defense quotes from Jordan Clarkson. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the Nuggets are going to be able to score very, very many points from me today, and that's a part of the handicap as well. Is that the Nuggets are probably not going to score very, very many points tonight. I'm expecting the Utah Jazz team to play much better interior defense with the return of Rudy Gobert. They have a bit more depth on the bench with Rudy Gay. Let's see how this one goes. I'm not seeing a prop market right now on what I'm looking at, but I will get to that in a second because I do have some ideas for this game. But for me, half unit on the Jazz -5. Wish I could have caught 4.5, but -5 it is. Odds on SportX.bet. Let's see how it goes. Gonna pull some stuff for the Jazz side on the props, dude. Just what I had listed. Whew, only 4 games today, right? We have the Suns and the Pistons actually about to tip off too, everyone. You can see some more of the. Yeah, I'll tweet them live. I'll tweet some more live bets. Head coach, he's saying the right things. Snyder, of the Jazz, is saying it's not really a problem. That he's just worried about the team improving their overall level of play, get back to the level that they were on. But the Jazz might be really pissed off today. Let's see if this anecdotal stuff translates to a win and a cover for the Jazz today. I think it does. The Nuggets are a very sneaky team. They've been playing very well 4 of the last 5, especially against some better competition. But let's see. It's another step up tonight against the Jazz. 3 games in 4 nights as well for the Nuggets. Let's see how it goes. This is what Mitchell said. He said, we as a group find ways to hold each other accountable. That's just his way about it, I guess. I think Donovan Mitchell was pissed off at that shit, but he knows it's true. What he can't, there's nothing else he can say. You guys lost to the Pistons. Now your defensive anchor is here. Hopefully these guys don't try to tank the game to show this guy Rudy Gobert. Professional athletes are weird, to show Rudy Gobert, look, we lost with you. Hopefully these guys are on the same page today. We got to win tomorrow and lock in defensively. Yeah, I've got Mikal Bridges. Brian, I have Mikal Bridges over 10.5 points and Hamidou Diallo of the Pistons under 13.5 points. Yeah, that must mean Draymond's officially ruled out, right? Gotta be. Yeah, and then I also said De'Aaron Fox under 5.5 assists and Kevon Looney under 7.5 rebounds. Why is it not working? All right, here we go. Moving on to the final game of the day, the T-Wolves and the Warriors. Should be a pretty interesting game. We know no Steph Curry. Looks like right now no Draymond Green. And Klay Thompson is probably still going to be in a limited capacity. No word on Gary Payton II, stellar role player for the Warriors. We have a Timberwolves team that has definitely been faltering as of late. They have not been performing defensively up to the level that they set for themselves before a couple of their key guys entered health and safety protocols. That's one of the major improvements the T-Wolves have made this season, the defensive side of the ball. They dramatically improved their overall defensive rating from last year. The inclusion of Patrick Beverley has definitely helped that. They're playing a team in the Warriors today that still has championship pedigree. You know, I was surprised that without Curry, without Draymond, that this line was only 4.5. I'm not gonna lie, I was surprised at that. But I said after the T-Wolves lost to the Memphis Grizzlies, depending on scheduling, depending on how things play out with the Warriors road trip, when they beat the Bulls on Friday night, particularly key victory for them. Now you have Curry out tonight. A couple of conflicting factors in this game. I said that the T-Wolves might be ready to pounce today with their big three. And the bet that I have already made in that game is Kevon Looney. And now that we see that Draymond Green is not going to be in the starting lineup, I am going to bet on the Minnesota Timberwolves on the point spread -4.5 before that one further inflates. If you guys remember the report from the other day, Draymond Green, they said that he was going to be out for 2 games, okay? So that was the Bucks game, that was the Bulls game. I thought it was possible that he would come back today. And let me just actually look something up before the Suns and the Pistons come on. Crazy game to start the day off. Still no line movement for the T-Wolves today. But when you look at the, how well they play with D'Angelo Russell in the lineup, the bitter taste in their mouth of being able to be have the glory of ending the Memphis Grizzlies winning streak the other night. They essentially collapsed. They lost to John Conchar. They've had a few days to think about it, retool at home. The beat reporters are saying that they had a chance to have a quality practice. There's a time limit restriction, I believe, in their state for practices. But the T-Wolves should be ready to pounce today. The Warriors, though, still have pieces to play ball with these guys. I won't be surprised if the Warriors punch first in this game and the T-Wolves figure out a way to cover, figure out a way to finish at the end of games. That has been their problem this season. Fourth quarter scoring differential for the T-Wolves, okay? They essentially play pretty well for 3 quarters, and then they grind to a halt. It's almost as if they try to work the clock and kill the clock on every possession just because they're up by 10. You can't do that against this Warriors team just because they're a couple of their key guys are out. Steph Curry is the key guy. They still have players that are elite 3-point shooters that are shooting the ball very, very well. Klay Thompson, Andrew Wiggins, Otto Porter, Bjelica. I'm actually going to wait for a market on Otto Porter. I think Otto Porter, him and Bjelica, they project well for individual offensive performance, largely because they will still get a lot of minutes, even if the T-Wolves go up. But for now, I'm going to place a half-unit bet on the T-Wolves -4.5. I think as news starts to spread that Draymond will not return today, now you will start to see the line increase, and the T-Wolves have the quality with Towns, and historically they've performed well ATS, but they haven't been in the role of a favorite against the Warriors, okay? They haven't been in the role of favorite. This is different now. Let me see what you guys are saying in the chat. Ohio State, college basketball. I'm actually about to jump into some college basketball right now. What's up, Sosa? My dog. So fade the Warriors if Clay's playing? Yeah, I like the T-Wolves. We'll see what's going on, though. I did see the ref. Scott Foster is the ref for this game, but that's probably going to help the away team. Sosa, who you like in NFL today, bro? Jack, talking to Sosa, Cedric. Draymond's the conductor for the Warriors. He gets on everyone's ass during the game on both ends. He is one of the weirdest players of all time. Yeah, Draymond is definitely the definition of intangibles. The things that he provides to the team are not necessarily reflected in the box score. He is being paid for his energy, his motivation, his IQ, his motivational tactics, particularly his basketball IQ. So many other variables that he is being paid top money for. Top money. What's up, Armstrong? Let's get it. Scott Foster? He's a referee that's known to make sure that franchise player props go under. And he has a historical bias towards the away team as well, and the underdogs. Yeah, Scott Foster has been sent to Minnesota. I saw that. Niners, Eagles, Steelers. Woo! Let's go. Super Wildcard Weekend. He's a Tim Donahue friend. Yeah, Scott Foster, bro. He's moving the lines. Anyways, it should be interesting, everyone. I'm going to share my bets right now. Some of my props today and my plays. I do want to make note, though. I did have it listed for my research that it's possible we get a slow, sleepy start to the game from Devin Booker. Let's see which Devin Booker we get today. He went top heavy last game, 35 points with 6 threes. I did have him possibly go under 23.5 points. I do respect his rapid ascension as a three-point shooter. His three-point percentages are at a career high, but maybe look at under 23.5. It's just a weird number to me. But my official picks are Hamidou Diallo under 13.5 points, Mikal Bridges over 10.5 points, Kevon Looney under 7.5 rebounds, Utah Jazz -5. I did have -4.5. I bought a half a point, but I'll make -5 official. Those are the current odds on sportx.bet. De'Aaron Fox under 5.5 assists, Jayshawn Tate under 13.5 points. That's some good action for today. And I did add T-Wolves at -4.5. Also a small play right there. Let's see if we can get some good results today. I lean towards the Kings to get these guys out of the way today. There are a lot of trends that are continuing right now. I'll let you guys know. There are 3 trends that are in props that have been basically printing money. I didn't jump on them. I don't like to get to the party at the end, but just be aware of them. Tyrese Halliburton's assists, Christian Wood's points, and Harrison Barnes over 1.5 threes. These guys are streaking in all 3 of those categories. This guy gets Scott Foster as a criminal. My goodness. It's pretty crazy, though. It's pretty crazy. Anyways, everyone, I'm going to go look into this Kevin Durant situation a little bit more. Kevin Durant is going to be out for 4 to 6 weeks with a knee injury. It just seems like the Brooklyn Nets cannot get whole. They cannot get whole. One guy comes back, one guy goes out. One guy's allowed to play in this state. He's not allowed to play in his own state. There's just a lot going on with these guys, a lot of volatility. I feel for the Brooklyn Nets, futures bettors. I do have them over on the season win total, but that might be one of the only ones that loses. I'm not really sure how it's going to go with that. I am going to cash the Cleveland Cavs and just a couple more wins, though. A couple more wins for the Cavs. Going to cash that over 27.5 wins for the season. This guy said the mob caused the weather. Hey, the Suns Pistons game's about to come on, so I was about to get out of here. Let me just see the tip off. Let me know your bets on the Suns Pistons. Sleepy game for the Suns. But
have powered the Suns to the best record in this league. They combine for over 37 points and 14 assists per game. They will be fun to watch.
You heard the Pistons commentator, everyone? The Pistons commentator.
And there are few people in this league.
Don't even get me started on the Lakers, I promise you. Everyone enjoy the football, enjoy the basketball. Visit sportx.bet, the crypto sportsbook owned by its community. Absolutely amazing platform. Visit the website. You get paid crypto, paid Matic, SX tokens, Polygon Matic, extra tokens to bet on the games. You can stake them, earn even more interest rate, higher interest rate. Best of luck with all your bets today. Make sure your bets are reasonably sized. It does not look like a full house. Shout out to my dog Pac-Man. It does not look like a full house in the Pistons game. I do think it's a lot of points, Pedro. I didn't bet it though. The Pistons went crazy for their promotional material. That's it, everyone. I'm going to jump into this Suns-Pistons game and watch it and see how these bets roll. Enjoy your day. Just having fun with the weekend. And let's attack the schedule. Let's make some more bets. And that's it. Enjoy the football. I like the Jazz. I like Mikal Bridges points over. I like Hamidou Diallo points under. And a few other bets. You can definitely scroll back. There's a lot to share. Best of luck, Wayne. Hey, also while you're here, turn notifications on. Everyone that's still here, turn notifications on the channel. Gonna see if there are any more live bets to tweet out for college basketball. Gonna jump into that right now, everyone. Actually, yeah, after I eat lunch, that's what I'm gonna do. See you.